Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you for tuning in with us for another episode of the Retro Achievements Podcast, where we cover a variety of genres, topics, and discuss the bits and bytes of yesteryear. With RA getting exciting new features, both on the back-end functionality-wise, and for the player in the form of Multiset entering an open beta, our player base continues to grow with each passing day. Combining that with a projected Wii rollout coming this March, we won't lack for a constant and steady influx of fresh faces. Everybody who joins has their own history outside these coded walls, other experiences, passions, and strengths. Some may hold multiple PhDs, some could be the city's biggest philanthropist, some may hold a place on television stardom. And we'd had no idea unless we asked. Well, tonight we ask. For exactly that reason, I have my guest here tonight, Italk, current partner on multiple platforms who at the time of recording holds a YouTube subscriber count of 1.16 million. Talk. How are you doing tonight?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
I mean, I'd like to say I'm chilling, but I think you would be the most public figure I've talked to yet on this platform. Second, maybe rivaled to Wes, who had the Donkey Kong world record there. Man, not to just bury the lead right off the bat, but it's a big thing that you're on here, and I didn't expect to see you in the REA community. For those who don't know about you, why don't you give us a little bit of a brief overview, what you do, what you enjoy, how you came into RA, that kind of thing.
Sure, I do Fortnite-related content, so I know immediately I'm not going to be the biggest fan favorite here, but essentially, I'm just a big Fortnite fan. I cover content mostly revolving around the 24-hour reset that happens with the item shop. Item shop contains a lot of different cosmetics. I'm a very big fan of art, and I'm a very big fan of essentially cosmetics in video games, like with Overwatch 2. I did that for a good bit, and I just enjoy having these sort of cosmetics at my disposal. I feel like they all have a personality. You know, these are not randomly generated. These were made with passion, and I really do enjoy the aspect of customizing your own character in multiplayer and other video games of that sort. And I've always just had a big appreciation for Fortnite's art in general, and that's kind of what I mostly do. It's just mostly just item shop content, and then also I'll throw in a commentary here and there about my feelings towards specific things happening with Fortnite, but mostly it's just item shop content. That is the thing I've been doing for about 7 years now.
Wow.
Never missing an item shop update every single day.
That's absolutely insane. I mean, so that explains the whole... Previously, you mentioned off-stream the obligation to record between 7 and 7:10. That could not be interrupted. I assume that is the item shop recap.
Correct.
All right, so that goes without fail to be an absolute priority.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
31.
31, all right, not too far off from me. I'm 33. Obviously, then you've dabbled in these games growing up within RA. What were your big series? What were your big things? I noticed on your wall, it seems like you kind of lean in towards action platformers, Crash, Spyro,
yeah.
Sly, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Well, funny enough, you mentioned Sly. I didn't discover Sly until last year.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, one of my friends was like, yeah, you should play the Sly Cooper series. And I played the first one, and I'm like, this is insanely good. And then I played the second one for RA, and that one, lot tougher, but mostly just because of the set and not because of the game. The game itself was really fun, though. And then I played the third one. Didn't get around to the fourth one, but I was blown away at how much I really actually genuinely enjoyed that series.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm mostly into platforming, and he recommended it to me. And you know, when someone recommends you a game, you're like, I'll put it in my backlog. I'm not going to play it right away.
Of course.
And I'm so upset I didn't play it sooner. It's one of those games where I'm like, dude, I saw commercials for it all the time on TV, and I just never got around to playing it. I don't know why.
I know. It was one I actually didn't get around to until there was a store called Game Crazy, which is an offshoot of Hollywood Video. It was closing down, and they were just selling games pennies on the dollar. So I picked it up finally, and same kind of thoughts, just not as much of a delay. I'd say it was probably 6-7 years old at this point, but still. A fantastic game, fantastic series, captured the era very well. Before we get into like recommendations that happened though, how did you find it? Like, where did you find RA? I noticed you joined New Year's Eve of all days on 2022.
I don't really know why I did that, because I didn't start RA until middle of June this year in 2025.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, if you look back at like my first master, it was June of like 3 years later. Like, I don't know why I waited so long. I think like I heard about the website, I made an account, and then just forgot about it for a few years. No idea how that happened. But I got back into it in June because I was playing on my PS2 with like a screen attachment on it. And I was playing a SmackDown vs. Raw game, which is a WWE fighting game.
Sure.
And they have like a challenge system in it. And I'm like, this is really cool. Like, what if you can make your own challenges and like make your own like kind of achievements and that sort of thing? Like, I want to see stuff like that, because it's like, oh, wow. So the devs had these ideas for challenges. What if like you can make your own custom ones?
Lo and behold.
And literally, that's how I found RA again. Literally.
I mean, you're not the first person I've talked to and had on this show that has said, you know, hey, I made an account and then didn't revisit it for a year and a half. The only pivotal difference here is nearly everybody else was like, I booted a game and earned a couple achievements and then just forgot about it. Like, I was going to ask about it later, but it kind of stumbled into itself. I checked your forum posting history and it was only fairly recent. I'm like, okay, account's several years old, but only recently engaged in the community and started becoming active in Discord as of a handful of months ago. What's going on here? Completely explains it. What made you want to start this Fortnite channel? Like, where did that get the idea from? Obviously, you were a fan of playing the game. I was playing back, I think it was technically season 0. Like, I don't think it had seasons at that point yet. Battle passes definitely weren't a thing. And I played for quite a while until this giant purple rotating cube was introduced as like the next tease.
Okay, Kevin the Cube. Yeah.
It has a name now. Okay.
Oh yeah, the community named it Kevin the Cube. It's like the funniest name to give it. And then I think we have a red version and we call that Revan. I didn't like that name. I think we wanted to name it Daniel for some reason, but that didn't catch on. So yeah, the community's weird sometimes with that, but it's fun. It's a fun little time.
So how did you end up starting this channel from just being a player of the game and somebody who enjoyed it?
I did commentaries with Call of Duty. Like, there are people in the community for like Call of Duty, like Woody's Gamertag, Wings of Redemption, FPS Kyle, Blame Truth, Nero Cinema. I was always inspired by these people, Sandy Ravage, who didn't really do commentaries, but I was really into like the Call of Duty commentary scene where the gameplay was just Call of Duty, and the commentary could be about anything. It could be about like the gameplay, or it could just be about real life stuff. And I always really gravitated toward that style of content. So I tried my hand at that. I tried to do Call of Duty commentaries. That didn't really go far. I tried doing Let's Plays because I was inspired by like The Creatures. I was inspired by Nova in particular. He's like one of my favorite OG YouTubers. And I wanted to get into the scene. I always liked entertaining people. That has always been my main focus, is just wanting to entertain. I did acting before. I did plays before. I was in chorus. I did a whole bunch of different things. I just wanted to entertain people. And I think doing this YouTube thing, it kind of just evolved into that, and now we're here.
So you mentioned doing plays and doing a lot of acting. Like, what was that looking like? What were some of these performances? What were some of these roles?
So without going into too much detail, because I don't reveal too much about my personal life.
Sure.
I did do a play when I was 12 years old that actually I got paid to do.
What?
Yeah. It wasn't like Broadway. It was like some place in Pennsylvania I did do a play in. And I think I had to do like 20 shows.
Wow.
Even I remember it very vividly because on my 13th birthday, I also had to do it. And then at the very end of the show, we all went upstairs and they got me a birthday cake, which was very nice.
Oh.
First time ever celebrating my birthday with, I want to say they were strangers. I didn't really know the actors too much. I mean, we're all doing a play here.
Right.
So I ended up doing that for a little bit. I wanted to try to get on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network. They were doing one of these things in New York City where it's like, hey, if you drive down here and we have a huge audition thing, and the line was incredibly long. I said one line, didn't get in. It is what it is. And yeah, so acting was always kind of a passion of mine back when I was really young, but then YouTube took over. I'm like, oh, I want to do YouTube stuff so bad.
I mean, some would say that would be the healthier avenue to pursue. Not that child actors don't sometimes become successful and retain stability and sanity, but more often than not, it seems something gets to them and inevitably it hurts them in the long term. So it might have dodged a bullet if you really look at it that way.
I think with both sort of instances, like YouTube is extremely fickle in today's day and age. It's like really hard to grow on YouTube nowadays, but even like back then, it was lucky. I got very lucky with the whole thing. And I do have to give credit to that a bit, and also just determination and just wanting to make content. But I mean, both are very fickle. Like, you're not guaranteed to be around too long, whether you're doing YouTube or whether you're doing acting. But I think both are very fickle. I will say, like, with acting, absolutely, especially if you were like a child actor back then, with a lot of these things coming out now about like with Drake Bell and other people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You never would have guessed.
No, it definitely rephrases a lot of the, we won't call them like meltdowns, but you know, when you would see the slow, steady decline of their character and it would get portrayed in the media as some, oh, out of their unexplained thing. Are they on drugs? Are they doing something crazy? It's like, turns out it was you guys all along and you knew it. Reframes those shows in a completely different light if you ever see them. That being said, not to get so damn dark, looking back just to how that translated into creating a YouTube channel, is this the first kind of thing you started and then you just struck gold with it? Or did you have previous ventures creating media online, or what does that look like?
So I did some Call of Duty commentaries on an old defunct channel forever ago. I tried Let's Plays.
Yep.
Neither of them really worked. I also did like achievement guides. I remember I did an achievement guide for Slender the Arrival when that came out on the 360. And that did decently well. And then besides that, not really much else.
Okay, alright, so a few swings, but you found it before too many different changes. The Call of Duty thing, the defunct platform you're talking about, obviously that game used to be absolutely huge and everybody played it, and at the time of recording Black Ops 7, you would have to pay somebody to play it for the most part, I think, if you ask the general audience.
Yeah.
So, diving a little bit more into Fortnite, they just recently had like the Simpsons season there. I know that drew a ton of attention here, and kind of comparing it against your profile, 3 Simpsons Masteries. Is this just a series you have a love for, or is this pure coincidence? Just wanted to play the games, or did you play them when you were younger?
So I actually have 4 Simpsons Masteries, but it's across 2 games. I did Road Rage and I did Hit and Run, both on GameCube and both on PS2.
Oh, geez.
And I did that because I wanted to get excited for the Simpsons season, because I had no idea what to expect with it. I know nothing about it. When we were kids, my friend, I'll name him Josh because that was his name, he had Hit and Run at his house, never let me play it.
Oh, dick.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, this is also the same friend. I, by the way, love him. No disrespect with what I'm about to say.
We're just taking the shit. Yeah.
When we played, I think it was like either Halo 2 or Halo 3. We played it one time and he made like a Forge map where he would just have me spawn in the same spot. And he would just kept killing me with like a rocket launcher with infinite ammo. And I'm like,
thrillingly fun.
It was something brand new. I didn't really care, but I'm like, dude, how do you have fun with this? But I saw him play Hit and Run and I'm like, that looks like interesting. So I had some vague curiosity, but I didn't really get into it until Retro Achievements. Because one of the big things with Retro Achievements for me is that you have a lot more interest in completing games because of the reward.
Of course.
While the reward is just a badge, but like, I feel like every badge has a story to it. And if you really work hard on certain badges, like certain games that are just like harder sets and stuff like that, you feel like, you know, I did that. And it's crazy to me that I did both games on both hardware. I don't know what was wrong with me for doing that with like Road Rage in particular, because that game was kind of a slog near the end, but
within 3 days, mind you.
Oh yeah, I listen, I'm determined. If I'm getting to play a game and I'm like, yeah, I could probably master it, it just takes a lot of grinding, I'll do it.
Oh my god. It goes to show that there's a determination. You mentioned to me previously, and I already brought it up, but it was a hard set rule that we could not record between 7 and 7:10. And this being able to master the same damn game across 2 platforms in 3 days just because, well, I'm going to do it. It's the same dedication.
Yeah.
Has there been anything that you've played and mastered, but you really look back with a bit of disdain?
Yeah, actually there are. I feel like there's like a few. Like I'm on my profile right now just so I can like look ahead at this. Without disrespecting any sort of devs whatsoever when I talk about these sort of games.
No.
Wrath of Cortex, the GameCube set, was very tough. It made me play this game in a way I've never played before, and it tested my ability. I was stuck on one achievement for like 6 hours. I feel like I was losing my mind during it, but because I was able to help other people out with it, because I made videos for achievement guides for a few of them, I had to help other people in the community because I was getting messages saying, hey, how did you do this? What boxes can I break for this? And stuff like that. So it was kind of like a community effort that like once someone broke the barrier to actually get some of these harder achievements, we were able to like provide video proof and evidence of how to do it.
Sure.
I feel like that helped more people out because when we were doing it in the beginning, obviously we had no guides. We had no way of knowing, hey, this is how you do it.
Right.
And then we ended up working it out. So I don't have much disdain for it. It's more or less like it tested my patience.
It sticks out for you as a pain point specifically in that set.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just for the time that it was played, because obviously now anybody going forward is going to have that comment guide. But yeah, understandable. And that's something special about RA, you know. It's not exactly that we have a game fact specifically for our achievement sets.
Mm-hmm.
This is a complete learning experience when somebody releases a new set, unless it's an otherwise just progression achievement or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The Frogger PS1 set was pretty hard. I don't want to say I have disdain for it because I grew up with that game, so I already had kind of an idea with like the movement tech and knowing how to get through it rather quickly. Still very difficult. I remember one Deathless achievement took me like 2 hours because it was just tough. And I think that's like kind of it. Maybe Shrek Treasure Hunt was bad because the gameplay sucked.
Purely just because the game was ass. Yeah.
Not really anything to do with achievements. Yeah. I think that's like probably the worst game I ever played. I said for the longest time, Enter the Dragonfly was the worst game I ever played. And then I played Shrek Treasure Hunt. I'm like, I've just found the next contender. Like, this is just a game from 2002, runs at like 15 FPS.
Oh.
No shot should that have ever happened. Like, it is just a really, really bad game.
I mean, if you ever want to have a strong contender, fire up Mega Man and Bass from Game Boy Advance. Dear Lord. Oh, my God.
Okay.
Familiar with the series, I'm sure. Everybody's heard of Mega Man at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dear God. I don't know if it was just because they were unfamiliar with developing for the Game Boy Advance. It's not even a problem with the set. And much like Shrek Treasure, fucking terrible game there. Same issue here. The jump mechanics are not friendly. Sprite layout is not conducive to any kind of platforming that Mega Man screams for. Just, you get in there and you think something's wrong, but I can't place my finger on it because it turns out it's a little bit of everything and the whole game just tastes sour.
Yeah.
I have a lot more I want to talk to you about. There's a lot more questions. There's a few things on your game list sticking out to me as oddballs. I want to talk about growing this YouTube channel a little bit more, but we're going to do that right after we get back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Still sitting down with Italk here. Something I kind of noticed on your wall, a little bit sticking out, a little bit, I mean, there's a couple things that stick out, honestly, now that I just saw Mary, Kate, and Ashley. We'll hit on that in a second. Yu-Gi-Oh! Got a handful of those masteries down at the bottom, 3 of them. Just something you enjoyed, or I'm not seeing any other kind of strategy card games here unless I'm blind on this. What's going on there?
So, I loved the anime growing up. The Duelist Kingdom arc and the Battle City arcs are peak, in my personal opinion. I didn't really care about anything after that, no offense. And with that, I remember very vividly about the video games. I was on a field trip, and we were watching a play, and underneath my seat was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game Boy Advance game. Now, I don't think it's any of the... Yeah, I know, it's weird. I don't think it was any of them that I mastered yet. I believe it was like World Championship 2006, maybe? I don't remember, but I just thought that was crazy that I just found that underneath my seat.
Yeah.
That's kind of really it. I mean, with the Game Boy games that I have mastered, I did Sacred Cards, I did Reshef, and I did World Championship Tournament 2004. And I did a few of these while I was on vacation through like my Steam Deck and stuff like that. Sacred Cards is like super simple. Once you understand the mechanics, it's really simple. And then Reshef is like that game, but like 10 times harder. And I really struggled with that one. It took me like 70 hours, I think, to master that one. And then the World Championship was just mindless grinding. That one wasn't too hard. I mean, and I do like a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Here and there with the cards and stuff like that. I used to really be into that, but nowadays, card games to me, just, not really into it.
It was definitely something I played growing up. The card game, I think, was initially what got me into it after seeing the cartoon. And it hooked me. It hooked me pretty damn hard. Have you ever checked out a PS1 game called Forbidden Memories?
Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know of that game. I own it. And I know from experiences with some friends in the community that I talk to almost on a daily basis, I do believe 1 or 2 of them have mastered Forbidden Memories, and that achievement list seems like a slog. I will eventually do it because I like harder sets. I don't want to just do like nothing but easy sets, but God, I'm going to have to devote so much time to just getting all the card drops in that game, understanding the mechanics. Once I figure all that out, then sure, I'll play it. I know a lot about it. I've watched various speed runs of it. Yeah, I'm very familiar with it. I just never played it.
Like I said, it's the one I had when I was growing up when I first got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game. Obviously didn't have achievements. Playing that even normally as a young kid, just trying to get through that thing was an absolute hell march. I don't think I beat it. I never think I got to the actual end. Somewhere along the lines, it got relegated to fuck this game and I'm doing something else.
Did you keep the cards?
I'm sure there's a decent amount around here somewhere.
Well, with the game, I'm pretty sure that I think the Platinum Edition came with 3 cards inside the actual game.
I didn't have anything like that, no.
Oh, so did you not get the Platinum Edition? You got the basic version?
Yeah, I most likely got. I don't remember it coming with cards at all.
Yeah, a lot of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, they come with like 3 cards in them.
Damn.
And they're very valuable now. Obviously, they'd be very valuable.
Sure.
So, yeah, I just thought I'd ask because I don't remember what was in that one, but I do remember there were cards in the Platinum Edition.
No, must have just had the standard. I mean, beyond that, I would start falling in love with the GBA ones. There was one specifically called the Eternal Duelist Soul that I just kept chipping away at, and I, you always try to complete things if you're gonna end up being a part of this community eventually on some measure. So that game probably right up there with some Pokemon with how many GBA hours I got dedicated to it. Familiar at all or no?
I've not played Eternal Soul. I will eventually play it though. I don't have a problem with playing any of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Games on Game Boy. It's just Reshef really just like put me off from wanting to try a lot of these sort of games. I would be down to play like Nightmare Troubadour. I wouldn't mind playing that on the DS necessarily because that one I feel like might have something that might be a little bit tough, but I'll get through it. It's mostly just grinding out all the cards is like the big thing with a lot of these games that you kind of have to do. And that's just kind of the number of the beast with it. It's well, I didn't mean to say that. Why did I say number of the beast? I don't know why I said that. It's just kind of like the hard thing to do is just to grind it out. Like I know with Forbidden Memories, I think you have to get every card, and the card drops are very, very difficult.
Oh, it's brutal.
So, yeah. It's just one of those things. You have to devote the time. You're like, okay, if you get in the groove of things, and you're like, okay, I'll devote this amount of time to just try to grind out cards and use like speed up and stuff like that. It seems tough, but like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like necessarily impossible.
Yeah, no, I mean, Fast Forward is definitely the savior of us all. But kind of leading in towards the grind and, putting the time towards it. This YouTube channel obviously is getting your attention daily. You're playing the game, I assume, in the background between hand for both enjoyment and just to make sure that you're familiar with it. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, somewhat. I play way more retro achievements than I do Fortnite.
Okay.
I will admit that. I think during the Simpsons season, I took a break from RA because I really, really enjoyed that season. That one was one of the best Fortnite seasons we ever had. But besides that, considering that like the item shop video only takes like maybe 10 minutes max a day for me to do in terms of recording, I don't really need to play the actual game. It's just kind of letting people know, hey, here's what's in the item shop for the day. One thing I also forgot to mention with the item shop is that it goes by daylight savings. So right now it's at 7 o'clock every day. Once we go I think forward or backwards, I don't remember. The next time the clock shifts, it goes back to 8 o'clock. So majority of the time, the Fortnite item shopper sets at 8. Right now, we're in the stint where it's at 7 for like a few more months, and then it goes back to 8 for like 9 months. So considering the fact that it's very not hard to do, it just takes a lot of consistency, you know, it is what it is.
Sure. Would you say that consistency is key?
Yeah. Absolutely. You want people to watch your channel, and if you're not consistent with what you're doing, especially with like YouTube, oh my God, if you don't like comply with YouTube's crazy algorithm where you have to be constantly pumping out content that's engaging, then you get punished for it by YouTube standards. I've already gotten punished by YouTube for that because my content is very natural and it's not very in your face, not very excitable, I guess would be the word for it. I don't try to appeal to, children. I know Fortnite is considered like, I'd say like a child's game pretty much. I don't do that. I don't make my content centered around that. I try to be more informative for like a more adult audience. And that's just kind of how I am. A lot of YouTubers are just, they have to be very excitable. They have to be very, interactive. And it's like, I just want to bring a more natural sort of vibe, I guess, to my style. So that's kind of how it goes.
When would you say you started to notice your channel start to take off? I mean, it couldn't have happened overnight. I'm sure there was a steady growing trend, or was there one place in particular and I'm completely wrong?
COVID helped.
Ah!
Absolutely, COVID helped. Everyone was home. People needed something to watch, and I was providing some content. Also, it's funny, because like if the shop is good, the attention is usually better. So I'm at the mercy of, if the shop sucks, then the video won't do at nearly as well. Not saying like it's a big bump or a big drop off, but like if the shop is like really good, like we just got Kim Kardashian in the game, which, say what you will say about her, the skin is extremely popular.
Sure.
And it's been like the #1 most bought skin this past week. So when that skin came out, it got more attention because it's Kim Kardashian, and I knew that would be such a popular skin. But if the shop is bad, it is what it is. You just kind of have to be like, all right, well, it's not going to be that good, but it's a 24-hour rotation. A bad shop is not the end of the world. It is what it is.
Right. Tomorrow comes and who knows what the dice are going to roll type thing.
Oh, I already know what's coming out tomorrow. It's already been kind of leaked out, and I'm very excited for it.
What you got?
Apparently, we're getting SpongeBob SquarePants in Fortnite. We're getting them as little companions that run next to you, SpongeBob and Patrick. And we are getting the paddy wagon from the movie. And that's a pretty decent segue into, like, if you want to talk about anything with SpongeBob, games,
I mean, they aren't something that I've gotten into, but I do know that fucking Battle for Bikini Bottom is released on every system under the sun. I wouldn't be surprised if it was backward engineered for the Nokia 6000 at some point.
Yeah, it's got a lot of ports.
Yeah, it's something you've gotten into, I suppose?
Never played it.
Oh, we just tried to tee up a segue and neither of us had anything.
The only mastered SpongeBob game I have is one of the worst games I ever played. However, I loved it as a kid, so...
Okay.
Something must have clicked in my head like, yeah, I love this game. I remember my grandparents and my aunt were moving into a new house, and my dad just hooked up a PS2 and got me, like, I think that game and the Jimmy Neutron game. Both equally bad.
And this is Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, it looks like.
Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Yep, that's
God.
it. That's the one.
Now, what sticks out for this in particular that makes it so cobbled together in a terrible experience?
Oh, God. Where do I even begin with this one? The music is all looped depending on what outfit you're wearing. So if you're wearing the default SpongeBob, it's the same music for like on like a maybe 15, 30-second loop. Oh, dude, I really don't want to think about this game too much, but dude, it was such a slog. But I mean, like, it wasn't the worst thing ever, and especially because we have like speed up anything that's like laggier or like the loading. Oh God, the loading screens.
Just looking at images of this thing, it looks sharp. It looks like it hurts my eyes. It's not a good looking game.
It's weird that this is the only SpongeBob master I have. Like, obviously, there's so many, like the movie game, the Battle for Bikini Bottom, like, I don't know, a Super Sponge on the PS1. Like, there's so many. I would love to talk about the game collecting aspect of what I necessarily do, but I know a lot of these games, and I do own a majority of PS1 and PS2 styled games.
I mean, let's dig in on that. Physical media, I know it's definitely become more popular to have these retro things in physical media over the years. And obviously, we all rip our games from our natural physical media and our hordes of collections.
Absolutely. Or I borrow them from my friends.
Yeah, totally. But there are those of us out there who do have those big bookshelves. I mean, I noticed reading through your profile and doing a little bit of research before the show, seem to have a strong love for PS1 and PS2 in particular. Is that a complete collection you're looking to amass, or what are you looking at?
I'm working on it. I recently did post a forum post of my PS1 collection.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
That is all Black Label in my bookshelf behind me where I sit. I feel like the Collector's Corner forum is kind of dead, and I feel bad about that. Like, I would love to see more people show off their collections of their games, because I feel like every collection is unique, whether it's big or small. I love just seeing personality. And that's kind of what also goes with like RA badges as well, is like when I see someone's badge wall and I see what they mastered, I'm like, okay, I get to know this person a little bit more without even seeing them or like knowing anything about them. You look at their badge wall, you look at their collection, you're like, okay, this is what kind of person they are. And I think that's really, really neat. For me, I'm just a big collector of PS1 and PS2. I didn't even show my PS2 collection. I didn't even show like my PS1 Grails that I keep in acrylic or anything. It's just, all of that is purely just in my bookshelf behind me.
Not even to fucking mention the beautiful neon PlayStation sign. Like, fantastic setup. I believe you got some Spyro vinyl up there.
Yeah, it's a, what is that? It's Spyro 2, and I think it's from First Four Figures. Yeah.
Video game vinyl is something I've actually, that's my physical media that I collect. And I'm not trying to complete a collection, but anything that comes out that has my flavor of games, it's a lot of Metroid, a lot of Zelda, a lot of Mega Man. And obviously things like, you know, Stardew Valley or some Resident Evils in there, stuff like that. Castlevania is definitely a big hit.
Ooh, you mentioned Resident Evil. I didn't show this. I have to find it. I think I know where it is, but I have that Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
Yes.
Yeah, you are familiar with that one. Yeah, I got the PS2 version. Yeah.
Absolutely infamous controller. Oh, great collector's item for sure.
I don't want to take it out because it's very fickle to put that thing back in, and to even open it, it is very fragile, but that was a fun little thing to get to.
So I had to stare at this picture for, I don't know, 2 minutes before I noticed the flexing YouTube logos on the right. There, my friend.
Listen, man, I had to put my plaques somewhere, and I thought that would be a nice spot to put them. So
I mean,
that was definitely not meant to be a flex, but I could see how someone would think that was a flex.
I'm just gonna slip this in here. No, I gotta put this in here. I'm just gonna slide them in. Honestly, good for you though. It's fucking A. It's awesome. It's awesome. Somebody that has both a huge physical media collection like that, loves the RA, and is a pretty damn large community leader. I mean, who's gonna complain about that?
I'd love to get more involved with the community stuff though. The community's great, and it's great to see people help each other out through like the achievement comments and like on just comments on game pages. I've really respected the dev work that goes into making achievements, especially because when you're first starting out on RA, like I have a buddy of mine who's a speedrunner who turned to retro achievements. He was kind of confused as to why some games had more achievements or better achievements than others. And I had to tell him, like, sometimes it's due to the fact that like the code is just really hard to decipher to make like more comprehensive achievements and achievement lists and stuff like that. And I had to tell him, like, this is all community. Like, no one gets paid to do any of this. This is all of our free will. Right. If you want to make achievements for a game you really like, you can do that once you figure all that out. And it's awesome. Like, there's no professional work here. It's all just, a dev could be just like you and me. Like, they're the normal common person that just so happens to really like making retro achievements. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
I couldn't agree more. And, you know, a lot of guests I had on have expressed the same sentiment. It's one of those things that if you sit down and you just learn how the puzzle works, how to read the RAM, and how to put some if-then statements on it, you're pretty much good to go. And as you said, no one's getting paid for it. No one's doing this to put it on their resume. I mean, it's not something that anybody outside the community would recognize what it is unless they participated at least for a little bit to get an understanding. And it's a passion project from everybody who does anything from big to small, you know, developing the code on the back end, to making those niche games that nobody's heard of, to, you know, trying to just write up a guide or manage the community, fill in the blank. So many moving gears make this place tick.
Absolutely. And mad respect, by the way, as well to like the play testers, the artists, and the writers. There is just so much than just achievements that really makes this website work. And it just feels like a big team effort. I'm in a rather small Discord with a bunch of Retro Achievement players and artists and writers and play testers. And it's awesome to just kind of come together and root for each other. Someone recently made a set for a game called Sheep for the PS1. I'm working on finishing that one up. It's a very tough game, but I got to see the process of how this person tackled it. Like, they were just asking questions like, oh, should we do this? Should we do that? And then when we saw the final product, I'm like, dude, like, you did this. Like, huge congrats. When someone gets promoted to just being like a dev instead of just being a junior dev, sure, that is really cool to see more people getting involved with the whole thing. It's awesome.
It almost feels like learning another language and then going on to teach that language. It's not quite an exact equivalent, but you're providing something. You're taking a chunk of your time, and then you're building a sculpture and putting it out for everybody to enjoy.
Absolutely. And just seeing each other, we like work with each other. We help each other out. Just a lot of geniuses, man. A lot of geniuses that know what they're doing with this sort of stuff. And it's just crazy to see how much effort and how much just, I don't know. It's really hard to explain, but like it just feels like a big collaborative effort to make this beautiful thing. It's been my addiction since June. I'm not going to lie. I've been hard on Retro Achievements since I really rediscovered it. Because again, I don't know why on earth I made the account in 2022. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to forget about this. Like,
I'm going to find
I'm beating myself up because like I know I could be like top 500 if I started from there, but I didn't. I started in June. So I got a little bit of a ways away. And I don't chase leaderboard spots or anything like that. I just want to play games and experience games, and if I can master them along the way, I will most certainly try to.
I mean, with how fast you've climbed in such a short amount of time, I don't think that top 500 is out of the realm of possibility for you. Especially now that, Multiset is starting to roll out its open beta, and if all keeps going smooth, as I believe it has been, we'll see that widespread, which is going to enable so many dual unlock opportunities. Is that something you've dabbled in yet, or have you kind of stayed on the sidelines so far?
Waiting for Pokemon so I can do Professor Oak Challenge and then the base set. Yes, I have. Absolutely.
All right. So you got your eyes on the prize, but you want something in particular.
Yeah, I have to wait it out. Like, I started Emerald early. I still haven't mastered it yet because Battle Frontier stuff is just very grindy and I just don't want to do it. So I'm just like kind of trying to avoid it, but yeah, when Multiset comes out, I mean, all Gen 1 through 3 Pokemon are my favorite Pokemon games. It'd just be so easy to just knock out two things at once with the Multiset feature, so I'm patiently waiting for it. I'm sure there's like other things I could do with Multiset that I'm not like thinking of at the top of my head that would be like, yeah, I could do both at the same time. I don't know anything else that would really pertain to me personally, but hey, it's cool that we have it.
Are you into other RPGs like JRPGs at all?
Not really. I know a lot of them are really long and complicated, so I don't get into them too much. Sure. I think I might crack into like maybe Persona because, again, I see these badges and I see like the median time and how long these masters take, and I'm like, I could go for like a harder one, and like OG Persona. Oh God, I played it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Off the deep end.
Yeah, like I got to figure all this stuff out before I really delve into some of these games, but. Yeah, I'd imagine JRPGs would probably be pretty good for Multiset.
One that I'm particularly looking forward to and would be welcoming to anybody getting involved into it as well. Dragon Quest PS2.
Okay.
It's got a good handful of sets that would play alongside it and couldn't be a better, welcome addition to your repertoire if you're unfamiliar with the genre. It's not going to blow you away with a ton of different options like Persona does right off the bat. It's like, hey, do you want to talk to me? I could eat your family or your face or be your best friend.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward. And it's also inspired by the art of Akira Toriyama. So you're going to see people who look straight out of Dragon Ball Z. It's going to look pretty familiar to you, but high fantasy type situation.
I think I played Dragon Quest Builders on newer gen consoles. I think I played it on PS4. And I thought that was fun. I didn't really understand what I was doing. I thought it was like kind of like, Minecraft-ish, but it was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. I didn't get too far, but I liked it.
Yeah, this is definitely strip away the Minecraft mechanics, introduce just like the 3-party system. Everybody has their own, special niche ability. You get your items, you get your equipment, you get your spell slots, abilities, that kind of thing. Good time.
Yeah.
Looking at your set requests here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh god, I feel so vulnerable now. Yeah, go ahead.
We do my research. Seeing some requests here. You mastered a Ghost in the Shell game. You got another one requested. Anime you grew up on, I'm guessing Adult Swim watching and have a fond spot for?
God, the only thing I could remember from Adult Swim is like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Robot Chicken and Inuyasha.
Not that those are bad shows, but Ghost in the Shell is not coming to mind?
I never watched it. No, I totally missed it. But then I played Ghost in the Shell for PS1. It's a very rare PS1 title. Probably because they didn't make a lot of copies of it.
Sure.
And I had this in my collection. I'm like, oh, this is really cool, but I want to know, why is it worth so much? Is it because it's rare, or is it because like it's a pretty good game? Underrated. If you like Jumping Flash, made by the same people, I loved this game. And I mastered it within I think 6 hours. It's a pretty short game, sadly. And then I discovered they made Jumping Flash. I'm like, all right, I'm going to knock out Jumping Flash 1 and 2 because I really enjoyed the gameplay of Ghost in the Shell. So, never grew up on it, know nothing about it.
Jesus.
But I figured I'd probably like Standalone Complex. So I'm like, I'll put it on the list. Why not? I got nothing else that I can think of right now that I would truly want.
So Standalone Complex was a show that I watched on Adult Swim, and absolutely still the intro theme song is seared into my brain, and I think I'll hear it on my deathbed. But that is a game I also had growing up, simply because I love the show. Admittedly, I haven't played it since I was young, so I'm probably rose-tinted glassesing this thing. I remember it. You got wall runs, the weapon interchangeability is very fun. It makes you feel like you're an actual android. Very cohesive in the structure. What drew you to the first game, despite it being so rare?
I would say the cover, probably. Just again, like, I don't know. Listen. I like goth culture. I really enjoy, like...
Pretty lady, I'm going to play this.
I don't know. Like, I was going through the list of stuff. I also loved, oh my god, the badge work on Ghost in the Shell is amazing. I think the person that made the set did all the badges themselves. I believe it was, Golowiz. Dude,
right on.
If you look through the badges and the mastery, oh my god, it's stunning. I'm like, I saw the badge. I'm like, I have to go for it. If the badge looks good, I will play it. Like, it doesn't even, like, okay, I have limits. I'm not gonna do, like, very hard runs on Melee. Like, yeah, it's a cool badge, but, like, I'm never gonna get that. But if the badge looks cool, and I would probably want to play it, I'll play it. And Ghost in the Shell, the badge, I'm like, this is sick. I have to play it. And even, like, the badges that the person made for just the achievements look sick. I'm like, dude, he put so much effort and time into this set. It was, like, fantastic. So I think it was the badge, not necessarily the cover. I would say the badge got me.
All right. It's the badge, guys. It's the badge. It's all right.
I'd say it's the badge.
Golowiz, I've had him on a few times. He's a good guy, and I know he does some solid fucking artwork. So it checks out.
Like, okay, I'm gonna give you another example because I doubt you believe me with this now. Now I feel like I need to prove this to you.
Hold on. I gotta jump in here just before this fades as a joke. Since we're going off the cover art, I can't help but also notice Ju-on the Grudge is on there, so why do you like the ring girl?
I think that one was just one where, like, I needed to fill a slot in, and I'm like, well, I know nothing about it. Genuinely know nothing about it. I think that one was the cover. I think I saw the cover of that game. I'm like, oh, this looks creepy. I'll probably play it when the Wii set drops. I know nothing about the ring or anything like that.
I'm just yanking your chain.
Fake fan. But I wanted to mention this. Lunacy for the Sega Saturn, purely based on the badge. That was it. I had no idea what I was getting into.
Don't actually see that on your list.
It should be there. It's next to Mary-Kate and Ashley. How could you miss it?
Oh, no, I'm looking on your requests. Sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the badge is good. I'll try to go for it. Mostly does not have to do with the cover. Because again, how can you see the cover unless, like, it was actually made into the badge? You know?
No, 100%. It's more just because that's a hilarious thing to say, and of course I'm going to give you shit for it.
No, it's okay. I don't mind.
So looking through these other game requests, I am seeing a decent amount of horror. I am seeing a couple more wrestling titles, which makes sense. That's kind of what brought you to RA in the first place. One sticks out for me a little bit personal, and I have to know if it's just because it's spooky or if you have any relation to it as well. Okay. Michigan Report from Hell.
I have no strong feelings towards it. It's the rarest PAL region PS2 game. That is the only reason why I requested it, because it's a very rare title. I have no strong feelings towards it. I know nothing about it. It was purely just because it's rare.
Damn.
So I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I have zero idea about the game, but that's where I'm from, and I'm like, oh man, is he also from fucking Michigan? No.
No, not at all. New Jersey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's... I'm sorry. Hey, New Jersey's nice. What do you mean?
Hey, I got water. I can drink it. Except in Flint.
I can too. It's
except
fine.
in Flint. Except in Flint. All right. So, obviously, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, something you grew up on, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so my profile picture on my YouTube, as well as majority of other stuff.
Oh yeah, it is the boyfriend guy.
It's one of the characters from Billy and Mandy. A lot of people get it confused. They think like, who is this guy? Is he from Fairly Odd Parents? Like, no, it's from Billy and Mandy. His name is Piff. He was only in, I think, like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I don't know why I gravitated towards this character, but like he kind of became like the face of my YouTube channel. Before that, it was Gwen from Total Drama Island. And
okay.
That's kind of it. So yeah, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for PS2. Why not?
You gotta pay a little bit of an homage there.
Never played it, yeah, but I love the series. I was a big Cartoon Network kid growing up. Oh my God, Ed and Eddie, Billy and Mandy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. God, there's Courage. Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like I could go on.
Time Squad.
Never. I remember watching that as a kid, and I thought it was okay. I didn't care for history.
Well, that's all for tonight's episode, guys. Thanks. No.
Listen, I only cared about like comedy shows, even like Samurai Jack. I should have. I didn't. As a kid, I didn't care.
My God.
I know. I'm beating myself up.
Okay, hold on.
I never cared about it.
This might literally be the 2-year deviance in us. Like, that might be why it checks out for me and it doesn't check out for you. Because 2 years, like, that would make the difference between I didn't care about Code Lyoko because I was a little too old for it. Did you really like Code Lyoko?
It was on Toonami, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really care for it. I only cared about funny shows. Like, Samurai Jack, I know had some funny moments. Whenever it was on, I was just like, all right, where's the Ed and Eddie? I don't know. Where's like literally anything? And
yeah, Samurai Jack, it was like, there was some plot there. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I wish I was into it more because I look back at it now, I'm like, dude, this show was awesome. Like, why did I just not care about it as a kid? I was only into SpongeBob and other funny stuff, and that was it. Fairly Odd Parents, anything that was funny, I was super into. But if it was, God forbid, if it was serious, I didn't really care.
I mean, something that I grew up on that was the complete antithesis of serious. We had a monthly subscription where 4 Three Stooges videos on VHS were mailed to us.
Okay.
And are you familiar?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. Okay. Black and white, the pinnacle of vaudeville slapstick body humor. Everybody's getting jabbed in the eyes, you know, somebody's getting smacked on the head with a board. It's all this constantly silly humor. And I remember that being digested just constantly growing up, and I absolutely loved how that translated into Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, you know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
From there, you would extend it into exactly like you appreciated with Ed, and Eddie. You know, SpongeBob had a lot of those moments. And then suddenly a lot of that just fell off. And I think it was the start of like the pre-edgy teenager phase where it's just like, no, I'm serious now.
Yeah.
You're not at all, but you're trying and you're like, no, things are important. Everything's important. Just, I don't know.
So the funny thing, when you said you got stuff mailed in, I genuinely thought you were going to talk about you got the zoo books. I don't know if you remember those commercials with the zoo books. You have the zoo books.
I had zoo books.
Oh, that's hilarious. I was like, I remember those ads so much. I really wanted that tiger poster. But did you ever get the tiger poster?
I do not remember the tiger poster.
Oh, dude, how could you didn't get the tiger
It was
poster?
probably like bound to the annual subscription or something. My mom probably only bought like a quarter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, you wouldn't get that tiger poster then, but yeah, Three Stooges has a bad PS1 game. I've never played it. I think it's like $20-25, so it's like a little bit more pricier than like a bad game, but I heard it was bad.
Purely on IP, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, so one of the holy grails that I have around here, and I know we don't have like a Laserdisc system, to my knowledge, correct?
Not right now, no.
Looking through it, I'm not seeing anything sticking out to me, but one of the things, my dad, his midlife crisis didn't manifest in the form of a motorcycle. It ended up manifesting itself in the form of turning his entire home into early 20-something dude's paradise. By that, I mean there was arcade machines, dinner table was replaced with a shuffleboard table, and one of the games in there was Dragon's Lair. That played off a giant Laserdisc player. Since these were all machines we had, the coin slot was open, and you could either turn them to free play using the system board, or you could just flick the quarter input as many times as you needed.
Yeah.
So this would become the only time that I was able to actually beat Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, there you go.
Years would go on. He would come through this phase and come to his senses that, like, dude, you can't turn your house into a whole fucking arcade bachelor pad. We got to get this under control, dude. And he would move, and he would sell the majority of these arcade games. There was an old pinball machine that had an actual bell in it and wooden pieces. It was German. None of us could read it. There was a 10-in-1 that had Punch-Out, some kind of golf game, a Double Dragon. Oh, Gauntlet. Gauntlet was in there. Mm-hmm. That got rid of. Cocktail's version of Space Invaders was kept. Tron was kept. Simpsons Bowling sold. Dragon's Lair kept. And Satan's Hollow kept.
Okay.
Those kept games got moved out to a barn with a dirt floor against a fucking river that fed from a swamp. And they sat there for years.
I'm
and
cringing.
Years and years. Until I got old enough to have my own place, and I was like, dear God, Dad, can I just fuck... And he's like, I don't care about those. And I'm like, let me rescue, please, anything. God, let me take this. The only things worth actually salvaging at that point were the cocktail cabinet of Space Invaders, because it was put on a surface, so it wasn't rotting from the bottom. Satan's Hollow, because it was on the same platform. Tron was completely rotted through, corroded, everything was fucked. Yeah, that hurts, doesn't it? Dragon's Lair absolutely fucked in the same way.
No!
So I decided I'm not leaving everything behind. And I broke Dragon's Lair opened up the fucking absolutely rotted Laserdisc player, pulled out the disc. Turns out it is a limited reprint, one of 500 of a special edition. Yep. So that is in my house in a nice sealed protective sleeve and tucked away, and it is definitely one of my most prized possessions.
Oh, that is sick.
But that is something I saved from a fucking barn.
That is like really freaking cool. You have to send me a picture.
Definitely.
I need to see that.
Everybody, we're going to be right back because I'm going to send this to him over break, and we will see you in a second.
Excuse me, Mr. Talk?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Magical Art Master Knight Axon. And a little mouse with a fiddle told me that you collect PS1 games, yes?
Yeah.
Huh. That's neat. So at this point, you're probably like an expert at pricing those games, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well, we're about to find out how true that is today in a game I like to call Know Your Worth.
What are you buying?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's honestly an appropriate reaction to that one.
I am going to give you the names of PS1 games that I owned as a child, and it is your job to tell me what the going price is for those games complete in box as of today.
Okay.
Your answer is correct if it is within plus or minus 10% of the cost. And you're going to have to do that for 10 different games.
Awesome.
Why 10 games? Because I was poor as a kid and did not have a lot.
Understandable.
But real talk, if somebody does want to employ me and they have copious amounts of money lying around, like the Pokemon Ditto in daycare, I'll be whatever you want me to be, baby.
Okay.
All prices will be based off averages at pricecharting.com, not sponsored. And as always, I will remind you that all questions are serious and there are no jokes or tricks.
Okay.
You got all that?
Yeah, no, this is great. I'm excited for this one.
Slamming. Question 1. Starting off easy with a game that you're fond of. Crash Bandicoot 1, Black Label.
$70.
Yeah, 65. So within range, you got
Cool.
that really quick.
Favorite game of all time. It's my fastest mastery. People think it's cheated because I did it in under 3 hours.
But you're just really good at it at this point.
Played it for 27 years of my life. I love the game to death. It's not the best Crash, but it's my favorite. I'm very familiar with Crash 1. It's a great game.
For whatever reason, when we got our PlayStation, when the second version of everything was coming out, so I got Crash 2,
Sure.
Spyro 2, Twisted Metal 2, and that's where I started instead of the originals.
Yeah, Crash 2 is better than Crash 1 in my opinion. It plays better.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. This game's cutscenes actually got me into 3D animation as a kid. Chrono Cross, greatest hits version.
Oh, you threw in okay. Greatest hits. I almost want to say like $20.
Yep, $17.95 right there.
Awesome. Isn't Chrono Cross like combined with something?
You're thinking Chrono Trigger.
I was thinking Chrono Trigger with Final Fantasy, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that one threw me for a curveball.
Yes. I am very, very sneaky.
I didn't know we were implementing greatest hits because I know some greatest hits prices, but not all of them.
Well, it won't be the last. Number 3. Turns out you and I are both from the same state, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're familiar with the legend of the Jersey Devil.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Jersey Devil is said to roam the Pinelands, taking up about 19% of our state. And in 1998, there was a PS1 game about our favorite cryptid, aptly named the Jersey Devil. What is 19% of 1,998?
That I don't know, but this is a pricier title. It's definitely above $50. I want to say probably maybe 50 to 70. I'll say 60 to go down the middle.
That was not the question. The question is, what is 19% of 1,998? It is $379.62.
I thought that was like a trick question on like the price.
Completely understandable, though. I, too, had to go through the 90s New Jersey education system, and I became an artist. So it's okay, though. We just focused on other things besides math. Like the skills I used when I bought my mother a chocolate dog.
Yeah, there.
She put it in the drawer next to the water and the coffee.
Sure.
All legitimate questions, and none of them are tricks.
I see your game. Okay.
For those curious, the actual game is running for about $19.99, I think.
Jersey Devil?
Yeah.
Complete in box? There's no way.
Maybe I was.
I'm gonna need you to double check that one a little bit.
That is what I wrote. On the other hand, I am very dumb. We're checking this live on air. Hold on.
Jersey Devil's a very sought after 3D platformer. I know like it's cartoonish cover. It almost kind of gives like Looney Tunes Sheep Raider kind of vibes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Never played it. Heard it was decent. I would probably go for the mastery eventually.
I feel like we kind of have to, like it's a rite of passage for us Jersey boys.
Well, yeah, I mean.
Okay, turns out it is $70 complete in box. I was looking under it at the PAL version, which is $19.99.
Absolutely.
So we were both right. Everybody calm the fuck down. Great segue to remind everybody, we're getting these prices from pricecharting.com. Not sponsored. But I mean, you could sponsor us. Price Charting, I know you're listening.
That'd be great.
We watch the analytics. You never miss a show. You give us money, I will say whatever the hell you want me to say. I have no standards. That's not true. I have limits. But gosh darn, I had food last week and I liked it so much I want to do it again this week. So, retroachievementspodcast@gmail.com. Sponsors welcome, Raid Shadow Legends. Question 4. This game title pretty much describes my entire existence. Eternal Punishment, Persona 2, Black Label.
Oh, definitely in the $300 range. Oh man, because this one goes up and down a little bit. I'll say 330 for Persona 2.
$347.47. That's probably within 10%. You
Wow.
got it.
It went up. It did go up.
That is ridiculous for plastic.
Look, you said you had more of the sequel games. Yeah, I always heard people like Persona 2 more than 1. To be fair, they're both kind of jank for PS1, and then they got remastered, I believe, so... Yeah, you have better ways to play these games, but yeah, Persona 2 super expensive. Never got greatest hits.
I actually never played it. I started with 4, and then went on to 5, then 3,
Sure.
then the mobile game. So,
That's 4 was on what, PS2?
yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Everyone really liked that one.
I'll eventually get around to playing 1 and 2.
They're very hard masteries. If you want to go for the masteries, they are very tough. Tough meaning like they're long.
That's fine. I am a glutton for eternal punishment, as previously stated.
Yeah, makes the badge look more prestigious the longer it takes.
Agreed. Moving on. Question 5. Throwing in a Time Crush favorite here, Twisted Metal 2 Greatest Hits version.
30.
$29.99, you're right.
Probably the best in the series.
You're doing a lot better at this than I expected.
I've sold these. I was a collector and seller first.
I know.
Then I started playing my collection. Then I discovered RA, so...
The brief period of time where I started seriously collecting, I was just freaked out about opening anything.
No, absolutely, because...
To the point where I haven't played most of my collection.
Sealed prices go for way higher than, like, normal open, so... No, it's completely understandable. Like, I have some collector's editions I don't plan on opening up. I really have no reason to open them. I understand the reason to do that.
Number 6. This game I actually have fond memories of, despite how frustrating it is, and I think you have the same frustrations with it. Digimon World Black Label.
Digimon World Black Label goes for about $70.
Yep, $72.75.
Another tough title, long mastery. Didn't realize the Digimon can go to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, they just do a cheeky little poop.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Didn't really want to.
That is key to the Digimon lore, I'll have you know.
And funny enough, you own the first one and not the second one.
I do have the second one.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I had the original little Tamagotchis, and I did get this one first, but I did get the second one sometime after.
I got you. I do believe all 3 Digimon games on the PS1 are all different. They're all like different kinds of styles of games.
Yeah, when I played 2, I was expecting like, something like the first one, and it was just completely different.
Is it like a first-person shooter or something like that?
It's like a turn-based RPG.
Oh, that's so weird.
But it's also one of them Pokemon mystery dungeon where you take a step on a grid and it takes energy per step kind of thing. Expedition, dungeon, roguelike something or other. I don't know what its government name is.
Okay.
And then you just get into random encounters and it goes to a turn-based.
Gotcha.
Your Digimon stand in a line and kick each other until one side wins.
Okay.
And they all speak in Japanese. I didn't get very far in the second one, but the first one I have such fond memories of. Hold on, cut the music. We're bonding for a second. Digimon World 1. I would take it with me when me and my family went on one of our rare family vacations. I'd lug the PS1 with us. And for some reason, I would always start the game over. I did this with a lot of games. And I had a memory card. I don't know why.
Right.
Vividly remember the first level of everything. And I'd play everything over and over again, but I never remember getting to the end of anything. For some reason, I just started every game over for no
because
reason.
I know a lot of kids back then did not have memory cards. And they were just kind of forced to start over every time and had to get it done in one go.
I never had that experience, but I can totally see that happening. That is totally little kid coded. Playing the game over and over again because you can't save and seeing how far you get each time.
I did that with Spyro 1 because there was a vacation we took where we had to drive down to South Carolina. And my dad, love my dad, had a mini TV, put it in between the front seats on the middle thing where you, the armrest kind of. And I was able to play Spyro 1 from the back seat. But every time we turned off the car, the console would turn off. No. So every time we had to stop in for gas, I mean, I don't know if you turn off your car, do the gas, because you don't have to really do that anymore. But back then it was everyone did that. Everyone turned off their car when they got gas.
You don't have to do that anymore?
I got gas yesterday and I'm I don't have to turn off my car. They never say you have to.
I've been doing
it. Would always turn off. I guess it depends on the car. I don't know. I'm not a car guy, but.
Interesting.
Yeah, so every time the car turned off because of gas is like, I gotta do this all over again. But I loved Spyro so much, so it didn't really matter to me too much.
That is awful. I feel so. I would.
Dude, I was playing video games on the road.
I hate having to redo things over and over again.
Nah, I wouldn't have cared.
Little kid patience, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I was totally fine with it.
Okay, now I wonder, is putting a TV in between the armrest also a New Jersey thing? Because my dad totally did that when I was really little.
No way. I think other people did it. I remember people had like the minivans that had like the screen that would come down from the roof. And they would have like a built-in VCR or DVD player inside the actual console itself. So
that was way after my time. I'm talking VCR-sized CRT TV with a 5-inch screen.
Yeah.
With an antenna that barely got any reception as we moved. Ass-looking thing.
It was very small. Yeah.
This is fun. I'm having a blast.
I'm loving this.
We are way off topic.
I'm glad you are. I am too.
We have a quiz to finish. Question, what are we on? 7, sure. This game skyrocketed in sales when it was first released due to the main character Lara Croft's humongous personality. The game I'm referring to is 1994's Tomb Raider. But Lara Croft is also a skin in Fortnite. How many V-Bucks does it cost to get the Lara Croft Angel of Darkness skin?
Angel of Darkness skin. The item shop skin, I believe, goes for 1,500 V-Bucks. And funny enough, I think the game also goes for like 10, 15 bucks. It's not an expensive PS1 title. 1,500 V-Bucks then. I think that's the one you're referring to.
Yep. Right on the money on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I had no doubt in my mind that you get that right.
Yes, absolutely. I mean,
that is your entire thing.
It's my old thing with the cosmetics, absolutely.
Number 8. Unbeknownst to me as a child, this game was not in fact part of the LEGO franchise, despite some questionable character designs on the cover. The Misadventures of Tom Holland, Tonebon, Jontron?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Nope, not that one.
Tronbon.
The Misadventures of Tronbon. That's a name, I did it.
Right. This is probably the most expensive PS1 game that isn't a variant of something. Price charting might say like 600 bucks. I think it's worth more around 650 to 700 though, like average wise, but if we're going based on price charting, I'm gonna say it around like 600.
All right, yeah, 584.55. So
yeah,
hooray!
I think I sold a Tronbon for like 750. Like that goes for a lot of money, and the average probably showcases some copies that either don't have like the demo because there's a Mega Man 2 demo in there. Mm-hmm. It's in a weird case that only very few PS1 games have. It's a double. So wait, you own this game then?
So here's the thing.
Oh,
I borrowed this game from a friend. It's just the disc.
Oh,
so it's worth nothing.
That's not true, but compared to CIB, yeah, it's a little bit less, but...
Yeah, sad day.
Do you still have it, or what? Or
it's somewhere.
Because I know as a kid, when you borrow something, it's mostly not borrowed. It's usually you're just forgetting that you borrowed it, and then you're going to kind of keep it.
Michael, if you're listening to this part and you heard me say that, no, you didn't. I don't have it. I've never seen it. I don't even know what a Bon-Ton is.
Yeah, I think it goes for like 200 disc only maybe, but yeah, It has the Mega Man 2 demo, which is the 3D game.
Oh.
And that game alone is like 150, I think 160. It's an expensive title too. So having that demo with the manual with the registration card inside of it, yeah, it's worth a lot.
If I still have it, it's probably buried somewhere in a cracked old CD jewel case in a box in my closet.
Sure.
I don't know. Ever since I came out of there, I just never had the urge to go back in.
If you find it, I mean, you can legit sell that for a decent amount. It's not worth nothing.
Well, I know what I'm doing after this.
It's something. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing. Number 9. This one is not on pricecharting.com, nor have I been able to find a price that it was actually sold at, despite my extensive 15 seconds of research. So we're going with eBay, not sponsored, for this one. The Pizza Hut PlayStation 1 Demo Disc 2 from 1999.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Sadly, I am not.
Oh my god. Demo disc, not sealed, right?
Disc only, pizza box not included.
10, 15. I'll say 15 because that's like more in the middle.
You were very close. It was 1767, but it's not.
I was so close. That
in the
counts.
10% range, so unfortunately this one's wrong.
What?
But very, very
15
close.
is close up.
You've gotten almost every other one correct. Let me have something here.
Demo discs are so not worth. There's a few demo discs out there that are worth a lot, like the Silent Hill demo. But ones where they're like, you got them Pizza Hut or McDonald's or something like that, they're not worth much at all.
I would think they would be.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but like they're not being made anymore.
True, but yeah, it's...
Then again, what do I know? I didn't open any of my Burger King and McDonald's toys, and I left them in the package because I thought they'd be worth something someday.
Yeah.
And now they're just taking space up in my closet with my Tronbon disc.
It depends. Like if the demo was just for a game and not just for like 5, it's usually worth more. Or it's usually...
That makes sense.
There's a Best Buy Greatest Hits PS1. It has 5 Greatest Hits titles. It has Crash Bash, Spyro 3, and that goes for like $100.
This is all over my head. But anyway, number 10, this is the hardest question.
Oh, I'm excited.
This is the rarest one I have in my collection, and there was only one copy produced. What is contained on this disc is a work of art that was praised by everybody who saw it. It might actually be the most prized and valuable disc in all existence. And it is a burned rewritable -R of my 11th grade multimedia final project for Miss Jameson's Computer Graphics 3 class entitled The Legend of Midia, Dual Adventure Quest. Yeah.
Oh no. Well, it's a 1-for-1, so I mean,
It is.
it's extremely rare. It's the rarest thing you could have.
It's like so rare, my guy.
I'd say it's probably worth about, maybe like about $20, maybe.
20, but I got an A- on this. I don't need more money than that. Do you know who I think I am? This has been Know Your Worth. Your final score is 7, which is in 10% of something, so you win.
Swagged out.
Cool. What do I win?
You win the fabulous prize of 2 pats on the head.
Let's go.
Please allow 7 to 10 weeks for delivery.
Let's go. I'll take that.
Okay, this has been a game, and we had fun today.
That was awesome. Love that.
It's over. Back to the podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I was able to dig up the old Dragon's Lair Laserdisc, show it to Italk, and of course, I'm going to flex on that a little bit. That's a little bit of a rarity. Turns out it was wrong. Wasn't one of 500, one of 400. Being proud.
That's wild.
Italk, you told me you had something for me, though.
Yeah, I do. So, I have a very rare Holy Grail for the PS1. This game does not have a set yet. I'm not asking for it, but it does not have a set yet, but it is a very rare commodity that I've showed before on one of my videos before. And when I'm live streaming on YouTube, I'll get the occasional, hey, can I see it? Because it's a really weird sort of grail that not many people know too much about. So the PS1 library has a greatest hits collection. You probably know what that is. It's like got that green and red, ugly sort of spine, and it's even on like the manual.
There's a reason you're collecting black. And just to recap, I don't think I touched on the number. His forum post says he has 1,250 black titles for PS1.
Black Label PS1. Black Label and Greatest Hits, the spine and the manual will just be flat out black and white. And Greatest Hits transforms that into this green, red, white Christmas color sort of look to it. And a lot of people did not like them because they just didn't look good on the shelf. I get that. But what I have here is the rarest PS1 game that I think we have. The other rarest is and how do I even explain this one? The rarest thing that's in the PlayStation library is the one briefcase that you got from a contest. It was for Elemental Gearbolt. That briefcase with the golden Namco gun, it goes for like 25 grand. I don't have that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't have that. That one's a little bit out of my reach. I do know a game store that does have a copy that might sell it to me, but I don't have the money for that right now, so I can't really get that. But what I did get instead is a copy of the game NFL Blitz 2000, so not the original NFL.
Holy, so... I was looking for a price point and it just kept showing me black labels and I finally found pricecharting.com.
Yeah.
Oh my fuck! Is it complete?
It is complete, and it does.
Is it sealed?
Yeah, no, it's not sealed. It's not sealed. No. So also the price charting price is actually wrong. It's higher than that. So the story behind this is NFL Blitz 2000 had a rare greatest hits release. The other rare greatest hits games we have is Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue, and Dino Crisis. Those two greatest hits for the PS1 go for about $250 to $300. Very short printed.
Okay.
NFL Blitz 2000 greatest hits is a completely different story in of itself. I'm friends with the owner of a website called GameRave.com. If you type in game-rave.com, no sponsor, they have every bit of information you could ever want for any PS1 title. They have master lists, they have variants, they've got everything. And if you go on like the greatest hits section, if you just search NFL Blitz 2000, like if I do that right now, I haven't been to this page in a while, but when you go to NFL Blitz 2000,
oh, I'm doing it.
And then you click on the variants tab, you'll see this huge list of text about NFL Blitz 2000 greatest hits. Basically, the best way I can describe it is that Midway, the people that made NFL Blitz, were trying to make more copies of NFL Blitz, the original Blitz greatest hits titles, but by accident, they did make a few NFL Blitz 2000 greatest hits, even though that was not what they were meant to do.
So it's a misprint.
I don't know if I would say it's a misprint. They didn't mean to do it. They weren't intended to do it, but I believe they made 1,000 copies of this because there's no way they're only going to make like 20 of these.
Right. Oh, it even says not a misprint, but poor planning.
Yeah, there you go. The owner of the website thinks that there's only 10 in existence on this planet that are in like collector hands.
Holy fuck. And homie has one.
I did get one. I got in touch with a few different people, big PlayStation collectors, and I ended up getting one for more than what the price charting price says. One sold for $7,500.
Whoa!
I did not buy that one. That was not me. I bought one a little bit lower than that from
62.
65. You were close.
All right.
And it is my favorite thing ever. But honestly, I mastered the original NFL Blitz. I feel like that was basically the same game anyway. They added a few weather effects, a few more features, not a whole lot. NFL Blitz, the original, way more popular than NFL Blitz 2000, unless you're talking like the N64 version of NFL Blitz 2000. But
is this the PS1 equivalent of like NES Stadium events, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Stadium events is way more expensive than this.
Sure, but is there a more expensive game on the PS1?
The Elemental Gearbolt briefcase. I think they made 50 of these.
Oh, I'm looking it up.
It's the Elemental Gearbolt Assassin's Case promo item that was given to game reviewers and some contest winners.
Okay, it looks dope.
25 grand. It's cool, although the paint is very...
It's not 25 grand. Cool.
Yeah. It's just a briefcase that you could probably 3D model.
Yeah.
Elemental Gearbolt by itself is like a $250 game. The golden Namco gun, I mean, you could just spray paint a gray Namco gun. And the memory card, I guess, is pretty unique too. But like, that's why I'm not like super into this. I saw one at a convention recently. I was at Too Many Games convention in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Very fun convention. I will be going again next year.
Nice.
And I saw one. They opened it up and everything. I'm like, oh my God, dude. The fact that you had this at a convention is crazy.
You end up picking up anything decent at the convention?
A lot. Yeah.
What? Come on.
I can't list them all here. I bought way too many. I bought too many games. Oh.
Okay, so it was mostly games. It wasn't like anything like cool little nifty peripherals or anything like that.
Yeah, not really. I'm really here for the games. Like I said, very big physical game collector. I use an app called Game Eye.
For sure.
It's an application where you scan in your barcodes and then you like check off if like the game is disc only, if it's complete, if it's missing manual. And also you can even rate it 5 stars. So like if your manual has like water damage, you could rate it like a 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, depending on that. I don't do that because it's just too much work for every game I own.
Just a fantastic inventory management system.
Absolutely. And according to my collection, I have 1,258 PS1, 638 PS2, and then only like 86 PS3. If it's on retro achievements, I will collect for it.
Wow.
When Wii drops, I will start collecting for Wii.
Oh, you're screwed.
A little bit.
Like the amount of shovelware that is on Wii.
I only have 21 Wii games right now. So
You need more bookshelves.
oh yeah, dude, I can't even keep my PS2 in good shape. My PS2 section, it's like all on its side, and like the bookshelf is just too big. I need to make that smaller and have more room. Like I don't. And then I just started collecting for PSP because I just got my PSP emulation working. So the best way I can describe what I do with like my collection is that I was a collector first, gamer later. And then I got into selling. I started selling a bit of games, not really flipping, just selling them in general. And then after that, I realized someone like told me like, hey, do you ever like play your games or do you just buy them? And I really thought about that. I'm like, yeah, I really don't play them as much as just buying the physical game. So most of my masters, I think basically, I want to say everything besides Jambo Safari and Hell Knight. I think every master I have, I own it physically. So
Wow.
Echo Knight.
Wow.
I don't have Drake and Josh Game Boy Advance. I don't have that one. Yeah, I know. I got to
Shame.
get that one. And when I do collect for Game Boy, I'm not buying the cardboard. Sorry, it's like triple, quadruple the price if you get the complete for Game Boy and 64. Forget that. I'm not doing that. Sorry, just not gonna do that.
Just give me the cart.
Yeah, the cardboard it just makes it so much more expensive. But
God. Absolutely obscene. I mean, it's definitely not a small task to undertake, and like good on you for doing it. Just I do know that, like I said, we had so much shovelware in there. That was always one of those consoles that had the $5 bargain bin.
Yep.
The quickest out of all the others that I can think, just because of all the licensed games, the basically glorified Flash games put onto weak discs. Like, is that something you seriously ascertain and see as completable?
no. I'm not trying to complete Wii. Only the games that I master, I would like to own them. If I master a game, I want to own it. Just for respect of the people that actually made the game. I feel like it's just a nice thing to do. Obviously, it's really not necessary, especially with how most of it is just abandonware at this point. They're not making a cent off of it.
That's a lot more realistic.
Yeah. Like I said, I started collecting PS1 and PS2 first, and then I started doing RA. But I will say, like, games like Hell Knight in particular, I really want to own a physical copy of. I think I was the first person to master Hell Knight. I could be wrong about that.
Ooh.
Again, it was the badge. I saw the badge. It was made by Raichi. Shoutouts to Raichi, fantastic badge maker, and Dev.
There we are.
There's so many people I could shout out. Oh my God. I wish I could shout out all of them.
Don't be afraid to.
But with that, it's a PAL exclusive. It's a European exclusive PS1 game. I found one for $200. I'm like, listen, I'll buy that. $200 shipping.
Oh.
That I can't do. I'm not going to buy some for $400 when it retails for $200. Just can't do it.
No, we don't abide.
Yeah. So I need to wait until like certain things happen where shipping won't cost an arm and a leg. I bought some from like my Canadian friend, by the way. It cost me $100 to ship him a Kuon, which is one of the rarest PS2 titles, Kuon.
I'm familiar.
I had a spare I bought from a convention and I wanted some stuff from him. So, but like $100 to ship something, I didn't even like say the game was worth a lot.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
That's obscene. I mean, so I don't endorse this, and Time Crush isn't actually telling you to do this. This is parody for legal reasons. Did you know that certain media can be shipped tax-free and with minimal shipping costs by hollowing out a book and putting a game in the book? It now qualifies for a media shipping, and you can get around these things.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't actually know that. I wouldn't actually do that, but
No, nobody would actually do that.
I was aware of that.
That being said, I mean, you have a flair for horror games. Is that something you grew up on? I mean, myself personally, I watched my dad play the first Resident Evil when I was very young. And before that, he had me watching things like the Thriller music video and the old school Dawn of the Dead. Like, horror was something that was baked into my upbringing and wasn't something that particularly disturbed me, but I was more fascinated by it. I'm seeing a lot of horror requests and, a thread of horror throughout this otherwise happy platformer days. But am I accurate on this or no?
I'm looking at my badge wall. I just see D right in the middle of like Crash Bandicoot and Dog's Life. It's like, and Hell Knight in between like Grinch and Jackass.
Happy D. Happy.
Yeah. I had this too where like I was looking on my shelf and I forgot what it was. I had Silent Hill And next to Silent Hill was Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase on like my physical wall, like my actual games, because alphabetical. And I just thought that was like the funniest thing ever. Two complete polar opposite games.
Oh, 100%.
By horror, if you mean Final Doom and Tomb Raider 2, yes. Those games scared the shit out of me as a kid. Tomb Raider 2 just for the creepy CGI, and Final Doom because I saw it was an M-rated game. I was like 5 years old. I'm like, I can play this. And some big pink monster scared me to death, and I ran out of the room, and that's all I remember about Final Doom. And then, like I said, with Tomb Raider 2, besides that, I didn't really grow up with too much horror, honestly. The only horror masters I have is D and Hell Knight, and I want to say that's it. I mean, Coraline kind of barely counts as horror. Same with like Casper.
But looking at your set requests, though, like Paranoia Escape, Silent Hill, Michigan Report from Hell, The Grudge.
Yeah.
Like, another D.
Yeah, I do want the D PS1 set, please. We only have the Sega Saturn set, and we don't have the 3DO version. I know 3DO is probably really tough to make sets for, but I have 5 versions of D. For whatever reason, D was this really fun game to me where like it just really brought me back the mid 90s of like cheesy 3D horror interactive movie FMV style games. Same with like Lunacy, basically the same game except it's not as horror-esque at all. It is horror in the way that it's like it's kind of creepy and like you feel weird playing it a little bit. It's a great game. I'd recommend everyone play Lunacy at least once. And same with D. But D, I just saw the cover. I'm like, oh, I need to own this. And then I ended up getting like 5 versions of it. I got the Saturn version, the 3DO version. PS1 actually has 2 different versions of it. One in the long box, which is like a Saturn style, and one in the jewel case, which is how most PS1 games are. And then I also got the special edition, I think, from Limited Run. It's not a great game. I talked about it with you before, and you said you completely shit on D, and I'm like, listen, man, I think it's a good time. I know you might think it's cheesy and it's like whatever, but like, I love that game. I think it's great for what it is.
It's just, I have a hard time with these games that are basically visual novels. Like, you do have a couple of different options in these areas to interact with things and pick up items or otherwise make choices, but for a large part, you're just here for the story.
It's like Nancy Drew, you know?
And yeah, and I'm not over here playing Nancy Drew either, my man.
Different strokes for different folks,
yes,
all right?
Absolutely.
It's a good game.
Okay.
It's slow.
I will give you that,
but
it is not a bad game. It is a bad game for me.
We have speed up for that, so at least it's more digestible that way.
All right.
I looked at your mastery wall, and
it's small.
You had mastered,
small.
I know it is. You had mastered Medal of Honor for PS1, and when you told me off camera, you had told me that, like, you don't master a whole lot, but you mastered that. And that was, like, the only, like, retail master you have. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. I did do Pokemon Blue, but that's nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's retail. That's retail. I try to go for retail masteries only. I don't really do, like, the homebrews and stuff like that, but...
The other ones I just did for the Halloween badge real quick, because I was like, fuck it. Yeah.
Cool. Zero judgment. I just like to master my retail stuff. But when I saw you master that, I'm like, okay, why did you master that? I had to find out for myself what makes this game so special. I own it. And I played it. I'm like, this is kind of revolutionary for a military first-person shooter in 1999.
That's exactly it.
I mastered it because I'm like, I wanted to get into your head a little bit about why you mastered it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. In preparation for the podcast, I'm like, I want to know more about you a little bit. And the way to do that is to look at your wall.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 11th of December.
Literally,
wow.
I did that. And I will say this, though. The second game is so much harder.
Yes.
And I didn't even beat it yet. I'm just stuck on this one part where I keep getting wrecked. You have to use southpaw controls. It's rough.
I, too, started the second one, and yeah, I got hard.
Yeah. I'm familiar with mostly Call of Duty stuff. I'm big into Call of Duty 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2. I'm so excited for the Wii sets of those because, oh my God, I will be the first to master all those. I am...
You heard it.
I am so excited. I'm going to get people racing me now. That's fine if people beat me to it, but like, I love these games, and it's so sad that like, if you want to play like Call of Duty 4 or World at War, they're not on RA yet because they were 360 and PS3 for like the discs and stuff like that.
Right.
And on Steam doesn't even have the achievements. Steam doesn't have achievements for those 2 games for some reason.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, so if there was like a way I could like play those versions through RA like we have with Terraria and stuff like that as standalone, I mean, that'd be fantastic, but I'll take Wii.
I mean, just to kind of shed a little light on Medal of Honor and why that was a game I gravitated towards, obviously that was the parry to Call of Duty at the time. As Call of Duty would come out, Medal of Honor would come out, vice versa. But it came from actually my dad. It started Wolfenstein 3D, like way back in the day. Old school Wolfenstein with the blue walls and the Nazis and all that. And he got really into that kind of era of gaming and that style of gaming.
Yep.
Obviously, Doom was eaten up like a family ritual.
Yeah.
And when this initial Medal of Honor dropped, after Quake, Quake obviously came around in between these things and like Unreal Tournament and things like that. These were different games that kind of exposed us to that FPS kind of setting, but this is the first thing that felt like the return to form of Wolfenstein, where you're just that grunt soldier pushing through things. And what made me revisit it was both childhood nostalgia and the very, very simple control scheme. Something that a lot of the games that I gravitate towards are like easy to learn, hard to master. And that's things like pinball, that's things like Tetris. Not that it's hard to master, but if you're going for like certain builds and shit like that, Pokemon can be a little bit difficult. But Mega Man, like that's at Castlevania, Metroid, these are great examples of like, yeah, right off the bat, you run, you jump, you shoot. But depending on how you use the combination of the three, you're either going to do very well or get your shit screwed over.
Yeah.
So it was that extrapolated to a war theme and something that my dad, and I played kind of growing up, especially once the Xbox came. When the Xbox drops on RA, it's done. It's done. I'm not going to have enough attention span to do the podcast. I'm not going to have, it's over. Like that truly becomes the era where I'm like, oh my God. These are the games that needed achievements, and especially one would be Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Like, that came out 2001. It was an Xbox launch title, I want to say. It has a 97% approval review. 97. 90-fucking-7. Me and my dad played through that game no less than 10 times, just on like, screw it, want to do it again? And you would always find new secrets or new different hidden paths and new like routes and stuff like that.
That's good.
I don't know. So why that is one of my masteries is both it appeals to me in the nostalgic sense. It's a game that holds up well over time, and it doesn't ask me to do ball-breaking stuff like beat the entire game without getting shot once.
Yeah. And you see how you kind of explain that as like, that's why you have that badge?
Sure.
I feel like almost every badge has a story to it. Like, it might just be as simple as like, I like the badge. That's me. Like, Hell Knight liked the badge. Trapped.
Great game.
Yeah. Same thing. Loved the badge. It was made by Raichi again, and Zadok made the set. And that's why I played it. I knew nothing about Tecmo Deception. I played apparently the worst one in the series. The other three are on PS1, and now I discover a new series to try.
Ooh.
The simple thing of just seeing a badge that looks cool, you go for it, and then you discover more about the series. Is I think the same thing with like a few other games as well. Firefighter FD18. This one was made by Suzuka, who, by the way, Suzuka helps out so much on this website. If there's a game I'm like looking to see the code notes for, he's usually in the code notes for like PS1 and PS2 games. He does so much for the community, and it's crazy. I wish more people played Firefighter FD18. It's a very underrated gem from Konami. It's a firefighter simulator where you're just putting out fires and saving people, and the fires are the bosses. It's insane. And he helped me through most of the set. I got it done. Only 5 people have mastered it. I feel like it's such an underrated gem, and I feel like more people need to try that out.
I mean, definitely big ups to Suzuka. I've seen their name so many times throughout the community and contributing in different ways, so I can't argue that in the slightest. Not to argue against your point, but maybe if we play devil's advocate here, there's a badge that I really like, and it's for Castlevania 1. It's actually, if I remember right, an individually crafted badge completely without assets. I believe it's made by Slacker anyhow. That this guy completely crafted the badge from scratch. It's a beautiful layout. These aren't ripped sprites from the game. But I go through, and it's a game I absolutely love. And if I look a little bit further, I'm going to see something that says, complete stage 16 and 17 without dying. Or otherwise, without using a sub-weapon, only using the whip. And how do you rationalize these games? These are badges I love, and I
I grew up on, but I'm not going to be able to. Oh my god.
I have a great example of that same thing. Twisted Metal Black. That set was made by Jedi Sonic, shoutouts again. And that set is balls to the wall hard. It's a 1.5% mastery median. Like only 1.5% of people that play this set actually end up mastering it. And I want this badge. It's just of the cover, like it's nothing special, but this is a badge of honor. And I'm scared to do it because of some very tough achievements.
Yeah, on hard, win the Twisted Metal competition in one session without dying.
In this set, especially like winning on hard mode without dying in a single session. Like, yeah, and you can't use minion.
Right.
And it's like, dude, not really complaining about these. It's just like, I have to get in that mindset where if I do go for this, I need to just have that in my head. Like you're not going to get this done right away.
It's going to be a slow burn.
You're going to get mad. It's going to be a slow burn, correct? And you just kind of have to ride the wave of it, and you can do it whenever you want. And whenever I find the time to do like a Twisted Metal marathon or something like that.
Right. I've been chipping away at myself right now. I've just got 16 achievements on Twisted Metal Black. I've got a long way to go on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not to self-shill, but have you heard of the tournament?
I did hear about this from your last podcast episode.
Yes, so of course I'm going to be entrenched in this. This is another series that I grew up on very in-depth with.
Ooh.
My dad was the gamer, so it would always be gaming with him, and he would regularly play Mr. Grimm. I would regularly play Sweet Tooth, and it would be chaos. So now that the TV show has become so popular as it has been, I mean, I can't think of a fucking television series that has been adapted better to a video game show. Maybe Fallout is doing pretty good. I'm not gonna argue with that, but it's lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen often. Regularly you see a video game adapted and it's terrible. So
absolutely. And funny enough, I wanted to another shout out here to Shag the Poker. I think this might be the only guy on the website that has mastered every Twisted Metal game.
No shit.
And he is my main inspiration to get Black done and to do all the other ones. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Black, Mall Brawl, and Head On PSP.
So yeah. I haven't heard of this guy, and somebody has to put me in contact with him, or you should tell him about the tournament or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll try hitting him up. But what I love about this guy too is that he played Twisted Metal Black on December 8th. Like he mastered it, and he still plays it for fun. Like he is that into it. And I'm like, dude, kudos. And I follow these people too. I follow a lot of these players because I'm so interested in what people play. And I love just comparing my wall to their wall. If someone can master a set, I'm like, I can do it too. If someone can do it, no matter how much pain and torture and suffering it might be, I can do it too if I just push myself hard enough to do it.
That's true. It's a very good point. What is that line? You know, you always see it in movies and shit like that where the indefeatable enemy gets very slightly nicked and then somebody utters, even gods can bleed. And it sort of extrapolates itself to the same kind of thing. You only need one person to prove it can be done. And then the inspiration flows forth from that point where you realize, okay, this can be conquered. This can be accomplished. It isn't unrealistic. I just have to figure out how.
Absolutely. And he's even done Shinobi and the subset, which that is also insanely hard. I think only 2 people have done that. And again, I just love seeing people's profiles and seeing what they play. And it's very impressive to just see what people can actually do on this website.
If I looked at some of the Mega Man sets and I see how many people are getting through the whole games without dying once, I'm like, all right, well, turns out I suck at video games.
Yeah, the damage list, can't use certain weapons. Yeah. Oh my God, I don't know how these people do it.
So growing up, I always actually used to play those games Buster only, just because I felt that was like how it was to be done. I mean, when you're young and you only have a handful of games, you learn how to play them pretty damn well.
Very.
You know? Yeah, so that became my default like challenge run is just I'm going to play Mega Man with Buster only. So I'm pretty good at doing that, but I'm going to die and get hit all the goddamn time. And when you tell me I'm not allowed to do that, oh my God.
It's just a lot of trial and error. That's really what it comes down to.
It truly is. You have to literally memorize it almost to like a speedrunner's level of satisfaction.
No, absolutely.
I kind of wanted to dive in a little bit more. You know, you mentioned a couple people, you mentioned a couple games. Are there any sets, in particular that stand out to you as particularly fun or entertaining? Are there any games that you've yet to play that you are gravitating towards? Are there any developers that you think, hey, I've enjoyed some of their sets previously, maybe whatever they develop next, even though it might be out of my range, I still want to check it out?
I can like shout out some devs that of sets I've played that I really enjoyed their sets, because there are some where I mastered it and I'm like, this is why I like RA so much.
All right, shoot.
25 to Life. Not a great game. This was done by Meat Bro, but it was one of the ones where like I saw it pop up on the homepage saying it just got released. I'm like, screw it, I'll buy it. I bought it for $30. Came with a bonus disc with the soundtrack. Soundtrack's pretty fire. Pretty repetitive though. And I mastered it, and for what it was, I thought it was fairly decent. And
looks kind of like GTA-ish, but
it's GTA meets SOCOM.
Okay.
That was like the big tagline that they were running with. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I also like to watch old G4. Like a lot of the episodes of G4 from like
channel.
Tech TV days and
the old X-Play era.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will do reviews of some of these games, and they like just watching the review. I'll mention this one, Kill Switch for the PS2. This was done by Pingu. And I watched the review on G4. They gave it a 4 out of 5. I played it and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5 game. I really enjoyed it. It was good. They were saying how good the AI was, and I'm like, oh my god, we're talking about how good the AI was. And Kill Switch also inspired like Gears of War with like the cover mechanic and how you shoot without aiming. Like, inspirational game, really cool.
Oh, for sure. G4 actually, X-Play turned me on to the Warriors game. Like, that was one I wouldn't have played without that.
Love that. I own it, never played it. I probably should give it a try.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic time. And that channel was like giving it praise high and low, and checked it out on a rental. Ended up beating it in that rental. Loved it.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out Hell Knight. This was made by Raichi, who also made the badge. Again, I played it not knowing anything about it. It's a weird Atlas horror title that kind of plays like Slender Man.
Yeah, in the forest.
In this game, there's no forest, but there's like this alien thing that's always roaming the halls. It's fairly creepy and cheesy, but I really liked what they did with it. Jambo Safari, made by Suspect 15, and badge was made by Cruise Line.
Oh, yeah.
This one is, I don't want to say it's emotional. Loved it when I played it at Chuck E. Cheese.
When I played it at Chuck E. Cheese. Let that sentence go down in history.
You play as a wildlife person that is capturing animals for research. They say it's for research, even though it's a little...
You're killing them.
No. You're not.
You're killing them.
You're not killing them, but you are roping them in and then throwing a net on them. It's a little aggressive, I won't lie.
You're probably killing them.
I think I'm only one of 2 people that have mastered this game. And when I mastered it, I'm like, I feel like the nostalgia was so overflowing because I mastered a game that I played so much as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And there's like this mysterious animal that you can get at the very end if you get a high enough score. And I was just mesmerized. I'm like, dude, this was in the game the whole time. And I had no idea.
Suspect has definitely gotten a lot of love on this show. I believe we got a recorded episode with him, and we unfortunately did lose an episode with him that had audio corruption.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but I mean, nothing we can't do again in the future. That being said, I know he takes his game sets very seriously, and it's something he cares a lot, and he has a lot of other roles in the community as well. And I also identify with that feeling, not necessarily of mastering a game that I played when I was younger, but finally getting the ability to beat it, or at least experience a lot more of it. It's one of those things that kind of ties you back into a little bit of feeling of childhood. And I think that plays a large role in a lot of this retro gaming. It's not that as a whole, we can say that modern games aren't exactly what they used to be, and there are some good ones in the pile. You know, we are going to have some good times with these modern games that come out now and then, but I think there's a part of playing these old games, even if we are discovering them for the first time, that still reminds us of the era that we were when we were originally playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, for instance, there's a game called Kadelka.
Yes, I have it right next to me.
All right, so have you played it?
No.
I have it right next to me.
I have it. No, I just bought it from my retro game store. It's an RPG horror game.
Yes.
And I believe Raichi also made the badge for that one.
So this is a game that operates the battle system with a grid placement. It has things like melee weapons and ranged weapons like pistols, revolvers, shotguns, that kind of thing, grenades. Mix Resident Evil and Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's a weird combination, but it looks very interesting.
Yes.
And I found this out recently too. It's apparently in the Shadow Hearts series. Had no idea about that.
Shadow Hearts 1's Nadia, and Shadow Hearts 2 is Nadia.
Okay.
But this game series holds up 100%. It allows for exploration. It makes you conserve resources. If you're looking for this horror niche and just judging by your set requests, I think you might be. You gotta lean into this thing, man.
It's a cool badge. I will find the time.
The badge has sold him.
Yeah, absolutely. I've thought about it. RPGs are just kind of scary because they're a little long. And it's like, oh God, like I don't know like how much I want to devote into it.
So I'm fickle as fuck, and I played through probably a good half of this game, maybe not trying to master it.
Yeah.
But in an evening.
Okay.
So not too bad. Kadelka is tackleable.
Well, I believe you.
Are there any things that you would like to see come feature-wise to RA that we aren't exploring yet? Or
Oh my God. I would like original Xbox eventually. I know that's hard. I'm not expecting the moon with that. I want there to be more recognition for writers and artists and badge makers. Because currently with the website right now, you only see the people that made the set. Like, for example, at Raichi, very talented artist. If you go on their profile, you will only see on their stats, you will only see what achievement sets they worked on. You don't see how many games they made badges for. You don't see what they wrote, what they play tested. Like, I think there needs to be more recognition for things like that.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative that they're working on that, like allowing us to see more, like with the writers and with the playtesters and seeing all of that. We need more of that. Absolutely. I think there needs more recognition because if I want to see, if there's someone's badges I really like and I want to see all of them, I don't have a way to do that.
Yeah.
I can only see what their achievement sets are. I want to see what badges they worked on.
I think that'd be a fantastic feature, and I know that so far the only way to track the old badges is just through the forum posts. Somebody will make, this badge is being replaced by this. It's done by X and Y. Just to give a little peek behind the curtain, as somebody who runs the playtest team, I know that a credit system is in the works to try and be awarded.
Sweet.
I don't know if that vision of the badge art that they have specifically worked on is in the chamber, but I can't help but think that is a fantastic recommendation to raise to the people at B.
Yeah.
Because you're right. It all relates to the thing that you said way earlier in the episode where it's a community effort. Nobody's getting paid. At the very least, we could get recognized,
Yeah, and badges get replaced a lot. And they get replaced through the gauntlet. That's the word.
Yeah, anybody is allowed to redesign any badge that they choose, and then they submit it to a community vote.
Which I think is great. Yes. Now, unfortunately, some people are very upset when they master a game and the badge is changed. I think there should be a way for you to go back to the previous badge if you do not like the new one. Because that's one thing that I have seen people say is that there's a lot of recency bias. A lot of the time when there's a new badge up to be replacing another badge, majority always wins. Like the most recent one.
Very rarely does the original badge win. I would agree with you.
Right. And I saw this recently with the Jack 2 badge. Now, I love this badge. This one was made by Sir Marcos. Sir Marcos 91. Brother, you did a fantastic job with this badge. I saw it and my jaw dropped. Because I wasn't expecting this to get changed. I'm like, what is this? And then I saw it was that. I'm like, dude.
That looks damn good. Yeah.
It looks too good. And I went in the comments and everyone's like, oh, well, I want the old badge back.
It's all right to be upset. It's all right to be upset.
Yeah, I am absolutely not saying that. But I feel for them because when you go for a badge, you want the badge.
For sure.
And if it gets changed, that could be a reason. Because I know with me, badges play a big part.
You've said it all episode, man.
That's not what they want.
Yeah.
They want that badge they earn. You should have the ability to use the old one if you want to. That is a big request of mine as well.
I think in a perfect world, a drop-down menu, it's only a 96 by 96 pixel image. It can't take up that much space. I think in a perfect world, a drop-down menu for any badge that has previously been the mastery badge, choosable at your discretion. And that, like I'm saying, just through the change of a drop-down menu. Here's the badges that have ever been this game's mastery. Which one do you want to use?
Yeah, and that's also another thing too with the reordering the site awards. There should be like a default option to just have everything alphabetical. Instead of having you to manually do it yourself, I feel as though there should be a click of the button, everything is in order from 0 to Z. Because right now you can't do that.
I mean, that seems reasonable too.
Yeah.
Are you aware that we, in a section of the Discord, have a place where we can submit site feedback suggestions?
I did not.
Yeah, and like Wes actually monitors that pretty closely. And these things that you're bringing to a topic are definitely things that you should totally post a thread on, and you would get response.
Okay. That's the funny thing with me with this website is I purely just played games for a bit. And then I started delving into the community a little bit, and then I got invited into like a little side server where me and a bunch of buddies, we all just either make achievements, make art, play each other's sets. We even request sets personally to them.
Sure.
And even like with the outside part of it, I didn't know what Art Gauntlet was until like 2 days ago. I didn't know there was a Discord section for that. I didn't. Like I thought it was just, okay, new badge, cool. It's in the game page.
Oh, there's so much to learn.
Yeah. I didn't even know what retro points were until like a month ago. And now when I look at a set, if like, okay, if the multiplier is high, I'm going to be prepared
Not
a
earned
bit.
by many, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be prepared a bit for it. Yeah, I didn't know a lot about this site. I was just grinding out achievements. Didn't care how hard the set was. If I was going to do it, I was going to do it.
It's pretty steep. I mean, looking forward, seeing as how you're, in the grand scheme of things, just kind of dipping your toes within the RA and getting familiar with how things function, are there any particular teams or any particular community roles that you see yourself wanting to participate in more? Or do you think you're going to remain just player who, kind of cheers and champions what goes on?
I was interested in maybe becoming a developer.
All right.
I think that would be a fun little idea for me to do. I don't have a ton of time to learn it. So when I find that time, I would be interested in doing that because, again, when I brought up SmackDown vs. Raw, the fact that I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I made my own little challenges for people to do.
Sure.
I think that'd be neat. And then I discovered the website. I'm like, oh, people do that.
On a grand scale.
Oh, that was like another suggestion I had too, is there should be like a way to show off your most prestigious achievements. Like if you want to just show off some really cool badge work, I brought this up too, but Ghost in the Shell has fantastic achievement badge art that you don't really get to appreciate because you only see the mastery badge on your wall. You really don't see the achievements unless like you go into it. And I think there'd be a cool idea to just like showcase achievement pictures, but I've always wanted to dev Swagman.
I haven't heard of Swagman.
It's a PS1 title, very, very hard game. I haven't even beaten it yet. And
gotta check this out. What is that cover art? Jesus Christ.
It's weird. It was made by Eidos and Core, so the same people that made Tomb Raider.
Just for listeners right now, we're getting some giant, fantastical Dracula-esque grin with purple-lipped, swollen teeth. And I think he has a hat.
He's very swag. He's the swag man. So, yeah.
It turns out I want no swag ever.
It's a brutal game. I know people speedrun it, but they only speedrun up to the first boss because it's that hard. No one wants to speedrun the entire game because you can die too easily. Even if you use like invincibility cheats, you still die to bosses because if they grab you, they instant kill you no matter.
Oh, fuck? Oh, it's one hit KO.
Yeah. I've always wanted to dev that as well as a PS2 game called Lego Soccer. Now, listen, I know I'm bringing these games up.
You go from fucking Swagman to Lego Soccer.
Yeah.
Like, just look at the juxtaposition there.
Nostalgia is a hell of a thing. I played a lot of that Lego Soccer game, and Swagman was one of the first PS1 games I played when I brought retro gaming back into my life like 2 decades ago.
All right,
so,
all right.
It is what it is.
I don't think anybody's stream sniping you for Swagman or Lego Soccer.
If they want to, I'm not. That was the cardinal rule, is like, don't ever tell people what you want to work on because someone might take it. Both of those games are like dormant. I don't think that anything's going to happen with that, but regardless, even if it does or not, I think they're both very interesting titles. Lego Soccer is very basic. It doesn't even have Lego in the name. I just call it Lego Soccer because that's what most people know it by. I think it's called like Football Mania if you're in Europe and Soccer Mania if you're in the US. So just fun little titles from my childhood that I would like to maybe eventually dev for.
Soccer Mania, all right.
It's got a really silly badge. I have it in my requested.
I mean, it looks like a standard soccer game from the era, just using Lego dudes.
Yeah, it's got power-ups, fun. You beat teams, and then those teams get added to your team, so you build up like this really strong roster of people. It's fun time.
All right, so you plan on continuing this Fortnite upload series for as long as it'll take you. I imagine it's making you a little bit of cash, correct?
It's my full-time job. It's not luxurious money, but it's a job.
Would you mind telling us if it's above 50K a year?
It's about that.
It's about that. All right, that's respectable, honestly, man. Like, I would fucking record a video 10 minutes a day to do that every day, 9 ways till Sunday. Fucking good on you.
Yeah, I was thinking about this too. I might end up working at a retro game store eventually, just because I love the environment of just being surrounded by retro games in general. That's why I'm such a big collector, and just helping people out with wanting to buy games and stuff like that. That's why I do RA too, is I want to experience new games. I want to give recommendations. I don't want to only be the Spyro Crash guy, because that was all I did. That's all I played. I'm like, I don't need to play anything else. Those are my games. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to experience new things, and RA has absolutely helped with that.
Right. I mean, there's also the option of you just knowing the industry so well in the terms of retro physical collecting. If you put your mind to it, you strike me as the type of person who would be able to open up their own brick and mortar resale shop. And you wouldn't have to work for one, it could be yours. And it wouldn't interrupt your Fortnite uploads. You would definitely find time to keep those going. And this could provide another avenue where you can really connect on the other passion that you have, which is obviously retro gaming.
Yeah, you could imagine, like, I close the store for 10 minutes every day. It's like, all right, guys, no one come in.
Right.
I gotta do this.
Yep.
And then we can open the store back up. Well, you mentioned that. I actually want to help them with stuff, because there's talks of like maybe they open up a bigger part of the store, because they're connected to a bunch of stores, and there's like this one big one in the back that looks like it might be dormant soon, and they might buy up that space. And I want to help them set up like LAN tournaments and help set up gaming stuff like that.
Sure.
I think they do like Digimon and Magic and One Piece card game stuff like that. And I've told them, like, I want us to do something more. I don't even work for them, but I'm like, I want us to do something more with this.
There's bigger potential here. Yeah.
There is. We just need the space. It's purely a space issue. That's it.
I clearly hear a passion. You've obviously shown the dedication for it with a knack to propel yourself forward.
Sure.
And I think there's money on the table. You just got to figure out where it is and how to pick it.
I enjoy doing this for what I do. This is my full-time gig, is just grinding out retro achievements.
Now that's the full-time gig. We're getting long in the tooth, but as we kind of wrap it up, man, I kind of wanted to ask if you had a message for people who maybe were trying to start their own community, start their own viewership or base, or get started in RA and feel a little bit more confident, or honestly just feel like being more comfortable in their own skin. This is where I really want you to speak to the community. What is it that you want to convey to the listeners that sells it as this is all worth it and everything's going to be okay?
If you are looking to expand and to get yourself more involved, I'd recommend just doing it. I was kind of nervous to do it because I was just purely just playing games and just keeping my head down, not really caring about anything else. Just if I see a set, I'll play it, stuff like that. But once you get more involved in the community, you start to understand a little bit more that goes into it, and you'll get more attached to it for sure. It's a great way to make friends too. You find someone on RA, like in the comment section for like an achievement, and you maybe, because they're helping you, you might look at their wall, see their games. You're like, oh my God, they play games I like. Discord is a great way to make friends too. It's a fantastic community, and I genuinely enjoy being in it. I do kind of do my own thing with it. Like I said, I still just kind of grind out games, but the amount of devs I've talked to, the amount of people I've met, the amount of friends I've made through it, absolutely worth trying retro achievements, especially if you want to get more involved with the community. You can just go for badges. That's totally fine. That's what I did. But once you get more involved in the community, you're going to start like making new friends, meeting new people. It's great. And for like people that wanted to like build their own community, you just got to do it. You just got to like try. You literally will never know until you just try it. Just be yourself. And I guarantee you, if you do that, you will find people that are similar minded to you. It's a beautiful thing to just be in this community. I'm very grateful for it. I'm glad people treat me like a normal person and not some big YouTube celebrity, because I just see myself as a normal person anyway. You'll definitely make friends. You'll definitely learn more RA culture, and I think it's just a great time all around. It's kind of what I gotta say about it.
I couldn't relate more if I tried, man. Like, this whole thing started just because I gave it a shot. I didn't expect that the podcast would take off. The whole thing started just from a random Twitch stream where we were doing commentary on competition. I jumped in and started talking. One of the admins made a joking comment saying, "Podcast when?" Then I approached Scott and was like, "Hey, kind of actually want to do this." And I ran with it. So I echo that sentiment completely. If you have an urge to do something, all you have to do is put the first foot forward and everything else will follow. The hardest part is just getting started. And you will meet people that you enjoy, and you will meet people that you didn't expect would become your friends. And I talk to people daily that I would never expect to, all across the globe, that I couldn't be more thankful.
Yeah.
Italk, man, what a fucking conversation. So glad to have you here tonight, man. This was thrilling. It couldn't be more engaging. I got to know a little bit more about how you came to be the host of this YouTube channel that has such a following, how dedication means such a pivotal construct to it. Consistency is key, and just otherwise engagement. And I'm so happy to have you a part of the RA community now. Like, this is something that, like you said yourself, we're not going to treat you as some big celebrity. We're going to treat you as some other dork in the trenches who is trying to earn some points. And I don't think you would have it any other way.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love just being treated like a normal person. I don't see myself as any bigger person than anyone on here or anything like that. Absolutely. And I'd love to do more. I'd love to do more for the website. If there was any other things I could do to maybe help out, I'd love to do more. You know, I don't want to be, you know, I want to get myself more involved. I already feel like I am, but like, if there's ever like another time you ever want me on the podcast again, like if you ever want me back on, would love to be back on. I generally enjoyed the conversation. And hope people learned a little bit more about me and, my thoughts and opinions on RA in general.
For sure. I think it went fantastic. Anybody who's listening, if you want to write in some listener mail, send it to retroachievementspodcast@gmail.com. And otherwise, we will see you next time. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.